start with an opening statement, then we'll take questions.
Well, just, man, I couldn't be more proud of my team. I thought defensively we're certainly a work in progress, and we're certainly a long way from perfect, and we have way too many mental lapses where we don't play. You know, we always have somebody that's not locked in, but I thought tonight, possession for possession, we were pretty locked in. You know, you forced 24 turnovers, hold them to 6 points in the third quarter. We did that last year here. We held them to 6 points here in the third quarter here. It was 1 point game at half last year, and we outscored them 27-6. This year it's 21-6, and I just was. I'm just proud of our kids. That's how hard you got to play, y'all, in this league. That's how hard you got to play for me defensively. I just, you know, when you're playing like that, forced, you know, a really good player, an All-American. We did a really good job, limited her to 8 shots and 10 turnovers, and I thought we did a better job of taking care of the ball. 13, you know, Rory did a much better job, and I only had 1, and I've been really asking her to stop turning it over because I got enough other players that'll do that for me. I need her to take care of the ball, and so she did a great job. I thought it was one of her best games running our team. Obviously, she always plays hard defensively, and you know, I just, when you go play a team like that and do it the way we did it tonight for 40 minutes, I mean, I couldn't be more proud of them. I mean, it's really hard to do, y'all. Our kids just went out there and really played their guts out, and I thought we took them out of a lot of things they wanted to do. So it's a great win for us. On to the next one.
We're going to, if you guys can raise your hand, we're going to bring a microphone around, so just let them know.
This qualifies as a statement game, Vic?
And I tell you what my problem is right now is I'm looking for consistency. You know, we can't string together 5-6 games like this. And that's my issue right now is that, okay, you know, last time we were at home, we played, well, and then we go on the road and stink it up. And I just think if this team is going to distinguish themselves as being good and have a chance to be really good, then we've got to develop some consistency, and it starts in practice. Quite frankly, it starts with me holding people accountable, and we've just got to be better in so many areas. I know y'all don't see it, or it's not glowing and glaring to you, but there's so many things that are glaring to me. And again, I'm not going to take away from our effort tonight and beating a really, really good Oklahoma team. I mean, they're so hard to guard, y'all. Like, there's just not enough time in the day to go through everything they do. But I thought our kids did a nice job tonight of taking away certain things that they're comfortable doing, and we just had a great effort. But I'm looking for consistency right now. I'm happy for them. I want them to be happy about it. They worked really hard tonight, played really hard, and again, but can we do this now consistently? That's the question for this team.
Yep. If you guys just raise your hand so I can get the next one ready.
Sounds good. Yeah, Coach, I know earlier this week you kind of questioned this team's toughness, and tonight I saw a lot of bodies hitting the court and diving for loose balls. How would you describe their toughness after tonight's game? Yeah,
again, you're probably going to think I'm being too hard, but it's spotty. I mean, we got out tough for some rebounds. You know, to me, it's not just the physical. You know, standing on an out-of-bounds play, letting somebody cut back door for a dunk. I mean, that's toughness. You're not ready to play when those things happen. And again, y'all, I'm coaching for perfection. I get it. I'm never going to get it, but that's where I'm striving for. That's what I'm pushing these kids to try to be. Is, you know, those are focus and effort things, and that is toughness. It's not just the physical piece. And so we continue, you know, decision making, 50-50s. We had some 50-50s tonight. We didn't mean to make those passes. We don't need to be turning the ball over in that situation. We were getting some great looks. Dee carried us in the first half, made some, you know, we got her the ball in the right spot, and she made some big shots for us. But spotty is the answer. Yep.
Vic, you've known Deanna probably longer than anybody in this room in the program, going back to Mississippi State. What's allowed the emergence here in the last couple months to have her flourish?
Let me tell you something about Deanna Gaston. Deanna Gaston is one of the main reasons why I like to coach. Like, seeing her development, her maturity, her game, it's why I enjoy doing what I do. Where she was 2 years ago to where she is today, and knowing that she's still got this much more to go, and what that's going to look like I hope I'm here to see it. Because that's how special that kid can be. Does she challenge me? Absolutely. But I love her to death. But I see her growth. And for me as a coach, that's what I enjoy seeing, is these kids grow and mature. When you coach them and you demand of them and you ask them to do certain things and you fight, sometimes it's a fight, it's a grind. And do you give up? Do you give in? Or do you stay after it? I think all three of these will tell you I'm probably not going to give up. I'm not going to give in. But in Deanna's case, I think everyone would tell you that's been with her now, it's her third year, she's just grown so much in so many areas. And for me as a coach, it's so rewarding to see that. And again, tonight, she carried us that first half, made some big shots for us. And, we've got to have her do that. But again, that's what she brings to the table. She's not just a one-dimensional player. She's added the face-up game. It's consistent. We all know she's got the back to the basket. Now I got to get some other things from her, and she knows what that is. But, man, she's really, really grown, and I'm really proud of her for that.
For the players, just how were you guys able to maintain the level of consistency in the second half? Got off to a great start, and you kept it going. I suppose the first half got off to a great start, and they got back into it. So how were you guys able to keep them down once you had them there in the second half?
Understanding that we have to lock in on defense. I mean, I think all of OU's games have been I think they've scored 90 to 100 points. So I think that was our focus this game, just understanding that we have to play some defense to win this game. And we've been very inconsistent these last few games. And I think this was the game that we were trying to see who was first, right? Or first place, or just,
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, any game's like the other, but, this is one of our little rivalry games. And, of course, another special night as far as Pride Night and just all the fans coming out, but understanding that playing defense and keeping them to 58 with only 6 in the third, I think that's where we just understood, to play defense, that's how we're going to win basketball games.
Yeah, I agree with Rory. It was all our defense. I feel like we definitely locked them up. And just to point out one of their players, number 22, she averages 20 points a game, and we kept her to 6. And I feel like we really locked in. And before the game, I feel like we mentally prepared ourselves for that. And then also their three-point shooter, she only got 2 threes off. And so I feel like right there just proves that, we focused in on our defense.
I'd just ask you ladies what defense was like in practice the last 2 days getting ready for this. You hold them almost 30 points under their average. I don't know if Coach thought that was even a possibility, but were you guys walking on hot coals or jagged glass during practice, or what was he doing to toughen you up and get ready?
He really stresses about defense a lot. So when we're in practice, he's always telling us to get up the line, make sure we don't get backdoored. And I think tonight we did a really good job on trying to take everybody's space and sealing and helping on each other. And I think that's what we did. Yeah.
And as far as in practice, we have a consequence every time we're not up the line, or every time that somebody gets a rebound over us, or we don't box out, every time there's a backdoor on us. Just some of the little stuff that we literally have to keep ourselves accountable for and each other for, so we can play games like this. We just run up to the steps, the stadium steps, and come back down. It's nothing too bad.
Mount Schaefer.
mean,
Twice,
You do it
not
yourself?
once, twice. And some push-ups sometimes.
yeah, I'll be on the push-up.
I won't say.
Just simply for the players again, how good does it feel to beat your rival in front of a crowd like this? How good is it?
It feels great to see so many people come out to the game like that. I mean, it just gives us extra energy, and that's what we need for more games to come, and it's very appreciated. Those type of games where the fans do come out like that, it gives us more energy on defense and fires us up to keep getting stops and scoring again.
I'd also say seeing all the students there, I feel like we had a really good group of students there, and like she said, it just brings a lot of energy, and it's just a really fun atmosphere to play in.
You could talk about Sonia Morse a little bit, or Taylor. I guess Taylor's not really a driver, gets a lot of her shots from outside, but you talk about the job she did.
Are you talking about Sonia? Sonia, yeah. I feel like she's definitely locked in on her defense. I feel like she's definitely got a lot better. And let's see, Taylor. Taylor only went 2 for 4 from the 3-point line, and that just proves that she was locked in and up guarding her tight. We knew that she was going to come off screens, shoot it deep. So she did that super well tonight.
Vic, I'm going to put you on the spot. Talking about the consistency factor, talking about the toughness earlier in the week. You've been doing this a long time. Is that part of the reason you do it, to find what buttons to push to make this team successful in the end?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to give in, I know what these kids can do in my heart. I know that with the challenge is trying to get it out of them. I mean, that's the challenge, and, some days you feel like you're beating their head in the wall and it's never going to happen, but you know what? It seems like every year my teams consistently get better, and they get it. And again, so tonight we'll go back in the locker room and we'll talk about, okay, this is what you showed me. Why can't we bottle this and do this every time when the lights come on? Why are we inconsistent with this? Why don't we understand this is what we have to do every night to win? It's not that hard, really, but you're right. That's part of coaching, right? That's why we do what we do. Is you have to stay in the fight. You can't give in. You have to keep. It's just a grind. I mean, it just is. And defense is always the last thing you get from a chemistry standpoint. And I have so many new players. And even my returners that are playing, they're babies. She's a baby. She maybe don't think she's a baby, but she's a baby. She's in the middle of her sophomore year. So that's the challenge again is, we have no senior class that's been here 4 years. I have one junior, Shay Holly, that's been here now in her 3rd year. And then Deanna is the other one that's been here 3 years. So it's a constant challenge to continue to build this chemistry with this team. And then you have these 4 transfers that have never even they've never experienced anything like this, from practice to the defensive schemes that we do to now it's a new system for this, and this. And so it's this group challenges me. I can tell you, it's hard. It's been really challenging with this group, but I'm not giving in, because if that's what they can do out there, it can be special. But it ain't going to be special any other way except that way. That's the way you got to do it every night when the lights come on.
Any other questions?
I know you don't want to talk about yesterday or how critical this game was for your national resume, wanting to host and accomplish things you want to do. But can you speak now to how critical this type of win was?
Yeah, I think anytime you play at home, they're all critical. You've got to protect your home court. We'll have to go back and play them on the road, and it won't be easy like every road game, but you've got to protect your home court. We've got another one on Saturday. We've got to play well. That team's already beat us once, and we know what's coming. We know how they did it. And so you've got to protect your home court. No matter who it is, you've got to protect. Now, we've had some good wins over some ranked teams, and that's great. But again, we got to get the consistency piece right with beating not just these teams at home, we got to beat those teams on the road too, the ranked ones and the unranked ones. And again, if we're who we are supposed to be, if we're who everybody thought we were going to be in the preseason, and we're now getting back and we're healthy, then we've got to own that. These players got to own it. But the thing is, y'all, you don't win games on paper. You got to go play. And that's where we are right now. We're in late January, almost February, and you got to go play. And when you go play teams in this league, you better be on point and ready to go for 40 minutes. And that's where my struggle is right now, is that consistency piece. So it is a good win. It's a good win because we're at home. It's obviously another ranked team, but we've got to take care of business throughout this league. We were 8 games in. We got 10 to go. We're not halfway yet. And so, where we are today, it's great, but it don't really matter. If we don't take care of business the rest of the season, we have some more hiccups along the way. So that's the maturity piece, right? That's the consistency piece that I'm challenged with, trying to get this out of these young ladies. So I'm awfully proud of them today, y'all. What does that make us, 15? What are we?
15 and 6.
Yeah, so we'll give God the glory for 15 and 6, and we'll get up tomorrow and go back to work and get ready for a team that's beat us already this year. So,
Take one more.
yeah, absolutely.
Rory, does it tick you off that you aren't ranked as good as you are, people you've beaten? And obviously you're not hurting too bad if you played 40 minutes, I guess.
I mean, no. Not really. I'm just focused on the game ahead of us. As long as we just focus on these games like coming up and understanding that conference, one of our goals is winning conference championships and then trying to get another Big 12 tournament championship. That's kind of our focus right now. I'm not really worried about rankings. I'm worried about what we're doing in practice and if we can start being consistent or not.
Thank you, everyone.
Hey, appreciate all the coverage tonight. Thanks, y'all, back there in the
Thank
back.
you.
Appreciate Brent. Danny, nothing? Really? Praise the Lord and hook 'em horns. Man.
Danny was quiet today.
Was.